Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. Now, guys, before I get into the Lakers' loss against the Memphis Grizzlies, ending their three-game winning streak into the new year, I have to really give my thoughts and my opinions about the Lakers' lack of effort when it came down to facing the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. And I'll give you all my thoughts and my opinions about it. But before anything, like always, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff. And of course, like always, please be sure to like my page on Facebook, ZSPN, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at ZSPN. Much appreciated. So guys, yeah, let's talk about the Lakers loss. I mean, I have to say when it comes down to it, it was a pretty lackluster type of performance from the Lakers when it came down to it. I mean, obviously LeBron, he was just sensational tonight. I mean, on his part, when it comes down to it, trying to help the Lakers in any sort of way to win this game, but, you know, averaging, I believe, 35 points out there, and I think he went 14 of 19 from the field. So his efforts on the Lakers on the offensive side was just sensational. And I think this is the first time the Lakers lost with the lineup that was in place with LeBron being at center, I believe. So, you know, tough loss for the Lakers when it comes to that. But, you know, across the board, since LeBron was starting at the center position, they were just sensational ever since. And when it comes down to it, I mean, you know, across the board, some of the Lakers tonight did not step up in my mind, especially when it came to the starting lineups with Malik Monk, Avery Bradley, Russell Westbrook, surprisingly, and I believe Stanley Johnson as well. So when it comes down to it, guys, I have to say it is pretty disappointing how the Lakers did not take of the opportunity to just go all in when it came to the second quarter. But unfortunately, the Memphis Grizzlies were the much better team, and they really wanted to win this game against the Lakers tonight. And Ja Morant, he's on a different level. He will be a star, a superstar in the making moving forward. And when it comes down to it, you know, LeBron, I don't have to explain. You know, LeBron had a great night. I believe he had 35 points. And as I mentioned with his stat line, he was just sensational for the Los Angeles Lakers. And since, you know, probably since December and, you know, starting in January, he was just sensational for the Lakers. I mean, when we were having the Lakers going into health and safety protocols, you know, he was just, you know, carrying the team on his back. And, you know, without Anthony Davis, you know, he really stepped up to the plate and really took over when it comes to certain games. And even though we lost a couple of them during those times, he was just the lone wolf, and the rest of the Lakers did not feel the need to help out LeBron in those particular games. But, you know, lately we've been seeing the Lakers showing a lot of efforts as of late, especially when it came to the new lineup with Malik Monk being inserted into starting lineup and LeBron being at center. And, you know, it was just going so well. But unfortunately, this time around, this matchup against the Memphis Grizzlies, it was just there was just a no-show from certain Lakers out there tonight. Especially, I was very disappointed by the starting lineups roles. But other than LeBron, who really, you know, stepped up for the Lakers in a huge way, the rest of them did not really step up in my mind, in my eyes. So, and you know, when you look at the performances from Malik Monk, had only 7 points out there. It was just not the usual type of performance that he brings or puts up when it comes down to it. I mean, I was not expecting that he would put up like 20 points a game. I mean, I was kind of hoping he would give us like 15 or like 16 points and give us like a 3 of 6 or 4 of 6 from the 3 type of scenario. But unfortunately, we did not see that. And when it comes to the rest of the Lakers, from Avery Bradley, he was a no-show. And, you know, Russell Westbrook, you know, 3 turnovers.
Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? I just was editing this video and I just realized that Russell Westbrook had 0 turnovers. I actually said that he had 3, but I was kind of looking at the stat line incorrectly, and it was Malik Monk who had 3 turnovers. But the performances of Russell Westbrook out there tonight was poor, but he did manage to give us 0 turnovers, so that's a good part on Russell Westbrook. So wanted to correct myself there. Really appreciate it, and like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys.
Put up big numbers. I mean, he is more of a defensive type of guy first, more than anything. So, but I was kind of hoping that he would give us more of the aggressiveness when it comes down to maybe in the second half, but unfortunately we didn't see that. So other than that, I'm trying to think about someone else. I think I said the gist of most of the starting lineup, but when you look at the bench, I have to say, other than Wayne Ellington, who had 16 points, and I think he went 4 of 7 or 4 of 6 from the 3, he had a solid night when it came to the second unit. Surprisingly, stepping up for the Lakers off the in the second unit. We kind of see sort of a combination of like Carmelo Anthony, and lately with THT, who had 13 points out there tonight, and probably missing someone who was on the who had also a good night. Austin Reeves. I have to say, Austin Reeves, he had also a great night. I believe he had 15 points or maybe 14 points, around that range out there tonight. I mean, he stepped up when it came to the second half, but, the Lakers were going downhill when it came to the second half. I believe the Memphis Grizzlies were like up by, I think, by 20 points, or maybe it was somewhere around 15. So it was a kind of a blowout type of scenario when it came to the second half. And we kind of saw the rotation being changed, and seeing, Frank Vogel putting in some players who just, obviously should have some minutes playing, and, just put up some stat line type of scenario. So, it was kind of, a downhill when it came to the Lakers against the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. So, but, there was no effort from Carmelo Anthony. I believe he had like maybe 6 points, or, the shooting efforts from the Lakers was just not really that great out there tonight. And, when it comes down to it, we saw a bit from Dwight Howard. But, one of these days I want to see him, start at the starting lineup, because we kind of need him to be that athletic, big man that we were kind of hoping of seeing when it comes to the new rotation, and seeing certain players like DeAndre Jordan out of the rotation, and rightfully so, because he hasn't been that guy that we were kind of hoping probably since the beginning of the regular season. So, and hopefully maybe Rob Pelinka will find a way to trade him one day, but it's just we just have to wait and see. But other than that, guys, it was a solid night. I mean, it was not a solid night. Let me rephrase that. It was a lackluster type of performance from the Lakers, and it's just one of those type of moments where the Lakers should have gave a fighting chance, but unfortunately, the Memphis Grizzlies were the better team, and is not a good look when it comes to the Lakers facing teams like the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, I want to see the Lakers in any matchup really perform to the best of their ability against these certain matchups, like the Phoenix Suns and the Brooklyn Nets. I want to see them win those type of matchups. When it comes to easy ones, those are just cakewalks when it comes to the Lakers facing teams like the OKC Thunder, I believe on Tuesday they'll be facing the Sacramento Kings. So those type of matchups, those are supposed to be winnable ones. And obviously the Lakers could have had that opportunity when it came to, facing those particular teams and winning them. But unfortunately, it wasn't the case, and the Lakers lost a lot of games after that. So hopefully the Lakers will turn things around, and, this is just one loss into the new year, and hopefully the Lakers will bounce back from this. Hopefully they will. They'll be facing the the Kings on Tuesday, so hopefully that will be a easy winnable matchup against them. So just really can't wait to see that particular matchup against them and seeing a W being retained for the Lakers in that particular matchup. And I really want to know, guys, your thoughts about the Lakers' loss. Do you agree with my analysis that the lack of effort and it's just I don't want to say missed opportunity because the Lakers could have somehow just went out there and gave a fighting chance against them and end up losing. But I did not see that whatsoever. And the only guy in my mind really stepped up out there was LeBron James. And hopefully the Lakers will turn things around moving forward. And still remains to be seen about certain trades that's on the horizon for the Lakers. It's kind of questionable at the moment, but we just have to wait and see if for any rumors that will potentially be coming out when it comes to the Lakers and potentially improving the team, because playoff aspirations is still out there. I mean, the Lakers, I still believe, can still win go to the playoffs, but when it comes to NBA finals scenario, it's so questionable at the moment because we're not even sure how the Lakers will be when it comes to postseason. I mean, will they be the team that we expect them to be and be like the number one team coming out of the West? Still remains to be seen about that because we haven't really, reached that moment to potentially make that analysis. So we just have to wait and see, guys, and I really want to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, like all of my social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at ZSPN, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.